How's everybody doing? Sunday Bible study. Just a few verses in Revelation on that first column, and only three verses tomorrow to close it out because it ends at verse 21. For without, these are the goats, are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. That encompasses the goat community, the goat world of the broad way. I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches, which is the church divided by seven. So it's going back to the seven letters to the seven churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, because that's the lineage he came down from, to make sure his bloodline was perfect, because of the days of the Nephilim and the giants and the mingling themselves with the seed of men, which happens again, of course, at the end times through the mark of the beast, and the bright morning star. In the spirit of the bride say, Come. And let him that heareth say, Come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. So, again, speaking about the water that was spoken of earlier in this chapter. For I, John, testify unto every man that heareth the words of this prophecy of this book. If it, no, that's Jesus speaking, I think. Yeah. For I, Jesus, testify unto every man that heareth the words of this prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in the book. And moving along in John, the woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? In other words, this living water that you're talking about that I'm going to be receiving, that I should be asking you for, you don't even have a bucket to draw it with. Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, talking about the earthly water. But whoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him, and we just got through reading about that water. um, the water of life freely. Look how that synced up. Love that. Those little moments. So thank you, Lord, for allowing us to do this ministry. Sometimes we can see your little nod um, in compliance. So, water of life freely, 22:17, we just read. And whosoever drinketh of this water, excuse me, but whoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him, of course, in the end times, shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So 414 syncs perfectly with 22:17, and they both randomly happen to be in today's Bible study on March 14th, 2021. That's pretty cool. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him plagues that are written in the book. And don't worry, sheep cannot do what that is speaking about, and any goat that ever does read from this book will automatically be part of that. And I lost my place because I was actually over here in John. But whoever drinketh the water shall I give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Can y'all tell I've been out in the sun for like 2 hours? I'm very sorry. Sorry. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. See, she didn't walk away laughing or giving a negative response. That's how you know she's a sheep. Jesus saith unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband. For thou hast had 5 husbands, and him whom thou hast now hast is not thy husband. And that saidst thou truly. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. So I think we understand what that was, but let's go ahead and read it in the New Living Translation. If anything is incorrect, we will correct it. But there's a lot of King James verbiage in there that's a little tough. Jesus, I don't have a husband. Jesus said, You're right. You don't have a husband, for you've had 5 husbands, and you aren't even married to the man you're living with now. You certainly spoke the truth. Sir, the woman said, You must be a prophet. So tell me, why is it that the Jews insist that Jerusalem is the only place of worship, while we Samaritans claim it here at the Mount of Gerizim, where our ancestors worshipped? And we'll get to the rest tomorrow. All right. Love you very much. I need a shower, right? Yes, I do. Love y'all.